All right, welcome back to Blackacre Ranch, everybody. My name's Jeff. So here on Blackacre Ranch, we're going to be prepping for the cold. As all of you guys know, especially you guys are already up further north in Texas, the cold front is coming down, the Arctic chill. You know, we had this a couple years ago and it lasted a week. This one's only going to last, what, 36 hours, something like that here in Texas, below freezing. But it will hit us and hit us strong and hard on Thursday, which is tomorrow. So today's hump day, guys. It's Wednesday. Anyway, we got to prepare the place. We're going to go around and check all the different animals. We'll bring you with us about what we're doing to prepare for the cold and I guess to kind of prep the animals for it in the ranch. So anyway, stick with us and we'll go around and see all the different ones we got.
Okay, so one of our chores is done with the filling the water troughs for the yearlings and then for the 3 adults in pen A. But with the hard freeze coming for the next few days, we're gonna have to kind of pack things up a little different than usual. So usually we just kind of fold up the hose like that, and then when we're ready, back up at the trailer, someone will then turn on the valve and it all opens and runs through the pump. Now, we don't really want our pump frozen or bursting, so we're gonna have to kind of undo the hoses, let all the water drain out. Our blue hose should be empty. I can take off this guy too and finish draining everything from in there. Let's see. There we go. All right. So now there's nothing right there.
Calves have more creep feed. We filled them up with some stuff, and they of course ignore us whenever we come by. They walk away and turn their butt to us.
So true.
So really they should be mad at their mothers, right? I don't see one lick of their moms anywhere over there. Anyway, they know it was us that did it to them, so they're throwing fits. Now if you notice, we still are doing this. We don't have them moved over. This has actually been going pretty well. Maybe just a couple buckets a day is all we've been doing, if that. So they haven't been drinking tons. You know, this is winter time. This isn't the summer, so they're not consuming tons of this water at one time. But with the cold coming, we do know it's probably going to freeze, and that's just the way it's going to be. We're gonna come out still, like I said, it's only 36 hours. It'll get down to a single digit. They're not gonna die, but we'll come over, just break it up and replace it if we need to by getting rid of the old icy stuff and giving it some others. But they'll do just fine. So we've also got a bunch of hay that we're gonna drop off for them. Now, keep in mind this storm, we're not getting rain, guys. This is just a bunch of hay stuff and dryness for the most part.
Go on, girl, you got it.
All right, so that hay is just from the 2.5 acres. So that's the stuff that we took, that we'd given the yearlings right before we moved them. So we still got a bunch of hay over there we gotta move. But anyway, those guys are doing good. These are the 3 cows that we are gonna be selling. We got some bad news, it's gonna be pushed back. The guy's like, hey, something came up and it's gonna have to be pushed back probably a month or so. So we're gonna keep these guys around a little bit longer. They have tons of hay. Their water is filled up. The yearlings are on the other side. They're fine, they've got hay and their water's filled up too. So do we do anything for the buffalo? No, we don't. Are they gonna be fine? They'll be just fine. So Don't have to do anything with them, just leave them alone. Like all the other animals, we'll come out and check their water. We'll break it up if need be, and we fill it up. Now, even the yearlings with 13 of those animals over there in our current trough, I think it maybe drinks about a quarter of it a day. So again, 36 hours, we should be just fine. We'll break it up, but we'll check them. They have food, and you leave them alone. That's the beauty of buffalo, guys. You just leave them. Also, it's not going to be as cold. It's not like negative 20, right? But we will have lows in like around 11 degrees with wind chills below 0, but they'll be just fine. Now we're to the dogs, the Great Pyrenees.
Hi. Hi, girl. Hi, girl.
This is Darcy and Lizzie. Again, fans of Pride and Prejudice, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, the Great Pyrenees dogs, they are generally a fine dog to have in the cold. I'm not going to super sweat it with them. We did even Google it if you want to Google it. Down to 20 degrees, they're comfortable, no big deal. If it gets below 15, they said, just make sure they have a shelter, maybe a windbreak, something like that, but generally they should be fine. So again, that's another animal that I don't have to worry about too much. But in essence, to help them, we are going to try and put some tarps up on the north and the west side, just to give them a little bit better of a windbreak. Let's get this all done and see how we're going to get this all sorted out. I think we got that.
Alright, get the north side tucked through.
And all we're doing, guys, we're just feeding it between the panels. We'll see how the wind holds up, but I don't know. No, it's not gonna.
Alright, can you get up under the roof to secure it? There we go.
Probably gonna mess with the bottom.
Yeah, probably.
It's only for.
What do you think, Darcy? What do you think?
Can we move their food to be on that?
Yeah, we actually can, but we can't.
Just hold it down?
Yeah.
There's
It'll be
bungee
hard
cords,
because the bungees have to go around it.
and then
I'm sure we'll have to adjust this a little bit later on. But for now, it's good. So dogs are great, guys. They have double layer fatness, something like that. The beauty of a Great Pyrenees. They will be just fine, won't they, Darcy? He's just a big fluffy bear. Aww. Hi, Lizzie. Darcy.
Jealous much.
hi, piggies.
Hi! Hi! Pickers.
We're here with the Hogwarts, here with Hagrid, Ariana, and the one who must not be named. So really there's not a lot we're going to do for the pigs. Okay, the pigs right now are 4 months old. I know it's going to get bitterly cold, but generally they've got their food, which is over there in those feeders. They have plenty of food. Their water, they have two 50-gallon drums, and they're pretty much full, both of them. So really what we're just banking on here is we have a bunch of thermal mass. It's going to take a while to freeze this thing solid. It will freeze some for sure, but especially the nipples, the drinker, that will freeze, I'm pretty sure. But again, really we're banking on the fact that this is only going to be 36 hours. And then the sun's going to come out shining each and every day. So we'll fill up little water barrels or little water, what are those called, buckets? Anyway, we'll fill up some stuff, and if need be, but they should be fine here. Now, the next question is about warmth. And I've thought maybe we should put some windbreaks, we should give them like this little hut, we should make them something like the dogs, we should do whatever. But I think that's a no-go, and I think they're gonna be just fine, because if you look underneath the water, they have ridiculously burrowed under our concrete. And when it comes time that we've actually lost the pigs, all of a sudden one comes out and pops their head right up and over, and it's like, holy crap, where did the pig come from? So they are way burrowed under there. They're fine, shouldn't have any problems with them. So what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna get some hay from over in the 2.5 acres, and we're gonna kind of pack it in. We're gonna let them use that just kind of for some bedding purposes. But you know, I thought about a windbreak, get a plywood piece right here or something, but they are seriously just tucked. And the wind out of the north isn't gonna bother them. They'll be just fine. And we're just gonna get them a little bit of hay, cram it in there, and leave these guys to it alone too.
Hey, hey, why are you biting me? What are you biting for? Stop biting me. Stop biting me.
Done.
There's plants. Hey, pig. Hi, piggy.
You got a big audience.
Got a big audience.
Tiny
There we go.
audience, I'd say.
It's not.
Don't get down. Right there.
Hi, piggy.
All right, we're gonna leave these guys to it and let's see what they do. We'll check in on them later before we leave. But I'm sure they're gonna like nestle it around and make a little home or something like that. Let's go check on the well house now and see what we're gonna do about that. Well house it is. So this has been built primarily, in the biggest rush was to get it before the freezes came, because we have all the piping inside, right? So we have 3,000 gallons of water that's in here. Forgive us, Chica's upstairs and she's drilling in all the other screws. We have 3,000 gallons. This is a huge thermal heat sink, okay? So this is gonna take a lot of heat anyway, and it's gonna kind of regulate the temperature in here some. This isn't all airtight. We don't have everything all foamed out and everything, but we do have some pipes down here, and everything should be fine. I want to see partly, will this do it, right? So what we've done is we have capped off and closed all the different valves, except for this one, which we can close. And I want to see if the pipes are going to burst. You know, I think this is a good time to kind of see, will 36 hours below zero, especially with one day as cold as it is, give us problems, right? So I'm kind of testing it here. I'm not trying to get like ultimate security and stuff everything full of fluffy things, okay? We're just going to see, will this hold, will this do its job? All of this water comes off of, all of the stuff in the pipes come off the tank, and it wraps around and it goes outside. Remember, this one coming in from the well itself drains every single time, so this doesn't have to be covered at all. So that there's nothing actually coming off of this like tank right now, so we don't have any demand coming off of it. It's not plumbed anywhere because we've partly closed these valves. So there shouldn't be anything going and rushing through. Now, there is water in this line up here. Let's go check it out outside and see what it's doing. So this is the line that comes out that we closed off. This does have water in it, and it is buried about a foot or 18 inches, whatever. It's buried. And it goes over to the water tanks over here. So these are the two areas that we've got to really kind of stress out about a little bit. We had these water tanks a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago, when we had the deep freeze, that Snowmageddon. They did have water in them. None of those pipes at the bottom burst, okay? So what we're actually gonna do is gonna put dirt over the top of them as much as we can, put them over, kind of button some things up. But otherwise, we're gonna get some foam that we've got sized for this, and we're gonna put it around here. Otherwise, we're gonna leave it. And no problems, won't worry about it. And if it pops and bursts, then I know. If it doesn't, then I know. Cutting right here.
Right in here?
Yep. Okay, let's get some duct tape and start taping this sucker up. Alright, I didn't think we were actually going to be able to bury him, but it worked pretty good. Some of this dirt's pretty tight. However, we do have a better solution later on, probably more in the spring and fall, summer, non-winter months. We'll worry about it, but I think we're going to just bury this a little bit better and have some, those little like utility water caps you take off, you can reach the valve, that kind of stuff. But anyway, both of these are closed because if this little water spigot decides to freeze and boom, pop, I don't want it draining everything out of this line. So we closed them just in case. The main herd does have a secondary water source. It's kind of a little spring seasonal rain thing. So I'm not worried about water for anybody. This should be taken care of. The dogs decided to rip down half their tarps, so they may get a little cold. I'm sure they'll be fine. But anyway, I think we're about done. We just got to put a little tape around that little insulation over by the well house, and I think we can call it good. Alright guys, we're going to wrap it up here inside this well house where it's going to stay nice, toasty, and warm. We got everything checked on: pigs, dogs, main herd, which is just fine. They've got their hay and their water's fine. 3 cows and little yearlings. So we got everybody checked on in the well house and everything looks good. So we're going to wrap it up here. It's going to turn cold pretty quick. We appreciate you joining along. We do want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. We may have a video before then, not sure, but have a Merry Christmas, enjoy your time with your family, and be safe this new year, right? Anyway, it's getting kind of cold. We'll wrap it up. Thanks for joining. Talk to you guys later next time at Blackacre Ranch. Bye.